Categorical thinking, or transitioning from the qualitative to the quantitative. Okay, how in the world do I come up with numbers to put on this score sheet? I can taste the beer, I have a decent palate, but how do I convert that into a number? Well, it just so happens that by thinking categorically and using just a little bit of math or a handy cheat sheet, you can come up with sensible scores for each section of your BJCP score sheet. This video does not describe the only method of scoring. This is just the way that I do it. If my method takes some of the mystery out of the process for you, then we have succeeded. We will score an imaginary Pilsner. But first, we'll tackle the two sections of the score sheet that do not lend themselves to this method: appearance and mouthfeel. There are 3 evaluation elements in the appearance section, and appearance is worth 3 points. Mouthfeel? Well, there are 5 elements to mouthfeel, and mouthfeel is worth 5 points. I think you see where I'm going here. In practice, 2s and 3s are very common for appearance, and it's unusual to find a score sheet with anything less than a 3 out of 5 for mouthfeel. Just for grins, we'll give our imaginary Pilsner a 3 for appearance and a 4 for mouthfeel. Now back to categorical thinking. The concept is simple. See that scoring guide on the score sheet? With a little math, you can break those categorical scores down and apply them directly in scoring aroma, flavor, and overall impression. For example, you smell the beer and instantly form an opinion that it smells excellent. Or maybe it smells fair, or outstanding, or whatever. The point is, you should know right away when you smell the beer what general category it will fall into. It either smells like Pilsner or it doesn't. The degree to which it smells like the classic standard of a Pilsner is your yardstick for your category. So, back to the beer in front of us. Let's say this one smells excellent. That is, it smells just like a Pilsner should, but it's not perfect. A glance at our handy cheat sheet tells us that an excellent score for aroma is 10. Well, on second thought, it was kind of on the low side of excellent. And the next lower category, very good, is an 8. So let's give it a 9. Now, taste. Ooh, there's a flaw there we didn't notice in the aroma. By the way, the categories for the different sections do not have to match each other. Just because you said it had an excellent aroma, you don't have to score the flavor excellent as well. Taste it. Find the category that best fits what you sense and give it an appropriate score. So, if it's not excellent, what is it? Maybe very good? Good? Fair? Our scoring guide describes very good as generally within style parameters with some minor flaws. And the good category is described as misses the mark on style and/or minor flaws. I think I'm kind of between good and very good. So, 11, 12, 13. You know, at first I was thinking a very good 14, but as it warms up, that bitterness just seems too much for a Pilsner. So let's go with a 12. Okay, on to overall impression. How do we feel about it? Well, excellent aroma, good to very good flavor. Appearance got a 3. Mouthfeel only got dinged for low carbonation and scored a 4. So, I'm feeling pretty good about this beer. It just has that one minor flaw, and everything else is really close to the style guidelines. Consulting our category descriptions, really, I could call it very good or excellent overall. Overall, it exemplifies the style well, but requires minor fine-tuning, which would make it excellent. But I wouldn't argue with someone who described it as being generally within the style parameters with minor flaws, which would make it very good. Where's that cheat sheet? Oh, there it is. Okay, excellent overall is an 8, very good is a 7. So really, pick one. It's a single point difference. Let's go with an 8. We'll add them up and see what we have. 9 for aroma, 3 for appearance, 12 for flavor, 4 for mouthfeel, and an 8 overall. That's a 36. Okay, time for our sanity check. A 36 is on the high side of very good, almost excellent. Does that describe what we think this beer should score? Now comes the time of I'll show you mine and you show me yours. All judges should be within 5 points of each other. If there are 3 judges and you gave it a 36 and Judge A gave it a 40 and Judge B gave it a 46, then it's time for somebody to adjust their scores. This is common. Let's say after a little discussion, Judge A convinces you that the bitterness level you thought was a little high was really fine for this style, and you raise your score a couple of points accordingly. And then you convince Judge B that his aroma score of 12 is nuts, and after a few hasty erasures and adjustments, the scores at the table are 39, 40, and 44, for a consensus score of 41. Don't be afraid to fight for what you think is the correct score, but stay open to the opinions of the other judges. And that's how you score beer using the concept of categorical thinking.
That's all, folks.